is up, my fellow tarhans and newcomers? I am Captain Beans, commander of the 2nd Expeditionary Fleet of the Beans Navy, and welcome to Operation HARDFLEET. This is an introduction to the campaign and a showcase of the ships that we will use to defeat the Gathering of Kingdoms on hard difficulty of HighFleet. And this is a conventional HighFleet playthrough on hard difficulty, so if you are new to HighFleet, I would really suggest sticking around. And a conventional playthrough basically means that I can use everything, from guns to missiles to planes and even nukes. But about nukes, that'll be a little bit later. But I think now is the time to introduce to you the Beans Navy. So right here is the Lightning. Now, this is not a custom ship, this is actually a vanilla ship that already exists in the game, but I really like this ship because it is very fast and maneuverable. And this is a ship that I will use to strike garrisons silently. And that's kind of about it. I will use 2 of these in the fleet. And over here is the Egret. Now this is a custom ship, which is mainly designed for missile and aerial defense. This thing uses a T-7 multi-purpose supersonic fighter interceptor for missile interception from afar, and it uses a bunch of these R9 sprint missiles from close range missile or plane interception. And I'll use 4 of these in the fleet. Haha! Now this right here is the Novgorod. It is my ironclad battleship which speaks only gun and armor. And this thing is primarily designed to defeat strike groups. But there might be even a case where I have to use this ship against some tougher garrisons, especially towards the late game. But other than that, this is just a gun-blazing ship, and I'll use 2 of these in the fleet. And this right here is the Nadezhda, which translates to hope. And really this thing is just a small and fast tanker, which is meant to support a small group of ships with fuel. And this thing can work really well with a Lightning to give it more range. And I'll use 2 of these in the fleet. Tarhans, this is Oleg. Oleg, this is Tarhans. And this right here is my flagship, which I decided to rename it to Oleg, because why not? And this big boy is a large tanker with sensors on it to supply the fleet with fuel and to detect threats from afar. And that's kind of about it. And because it is a flagship, I will just use 1 of this ship. And last but not least, here is my missile carrier ship, the Cheerful. And this ship is simply a way to carry 3 missiles as cheap as possible, whilst having also a decent speed and range. Now this version right here carries these KH-15 missiles, but there's also a version which carries these A-100 missiles. And I'll use 2 of these right here which carry KH-15 missiles, and I'll also have 1 which will carry A-100 missiles. And that's about it from the fleet. If you'd like to know more about my custom ships, check out my HighFleet Builds playlist. And that's really it from the introduction. I hope you are looking forward to this campaign, and thank you very much for watching. Tarhans, happy HighFleet!